Call me toxic all you want, but I happen to eat up a good love triangle in a romantic book. Listen, if it is done well, I'm gonna be locked in, which is why today we're gonna rapid fire through some of my favorite fantasy book recommendations with love triangles. Getting right into it with my recent obsession, we have The Wolf King and the Night Prince by Lauren Pelfreyam, and here our FMC is a princess who is taken as a political prisoner by a werewolf alpha, and the two of them fall into a bit of a forbidden romance. However, we are introduced to another werewolf alpha who's like the morally gray, tortured, broody type, and if he is not endgame, I am going to actually riot in the streets. Next up, we have A Feather So Black by Lyra Celine, and this is actually a Dark Swan Lake retelling, and this follows our FMC, who is a fae changeling, and she was changed with the human princess, and so she's sent on a mission with her childhood best friend, who she may or may not also be in love with, to retrieve the actual human princess from the fae world. But when they arrive, she meets the evil fae lord who is holding her sister captive, and her feelings get quite befuddled, let me tell you. The reason I think this Wado love triangle and Spark of the Upflame by Penn Cole is done well is because never in my life have I loathed a character like I loathe Henry. Anyway, here our FMC is a mortal healer, and she gets the opportunity to work in the Descended Palace. Now, the Descended are the children of the gods. They have magic. They oppress the humans. And so once she's there, she realizes that her entire life has essentially been a lie because of the information that she gets from one of the best MMCs ever written, Luther, who is also the speculated heir to the Descended throne. Now, our FMC DM is with Henry, her childhood best friend, and he poses all sorts of problems. And he also drives me absolutely insane, and everyone hates him. But rationally, I understand why our FMC is conflicted between these two, because I have to ask you guys, if you were, dating your best friend, it's been stable, like loyal, you're whatever, you've known him forever, and then you find out that every other part of your life has been one giant lie and you can't really trust anyone because they've been lying to you, like come on, what would you do? You would probably want to, have the one bit of normalcy left in your life. Like, give my girl a break, please. The Love Triangle in the Legacy series by Melissa K. Roach is actually the only one on this list where I was screaming, like, why not both from its inception? I cannot lie. This is a dark romantasy that takes place in an oppressive world where the Legacy, aka the Children of the Gods, essentially treat the Fae as slaves, and our FMC is a Fae who is forced against her will to magically bond to the morally obsidian Heir of Endings, and she does everything in her power to fight this bond. And then the Heir of Endings' very best friend is a dragon shifter. Yes, he is. And so things get really messed up with the three of them, and a lot of stuff goes down. And all that I'm saying is I think the very least that the FMC in this book deserves after all of her torment is both characters. And my final recommendation for this list is actually a bit of a prediction. It is not a confirmation yet, but I do think that we are getting set up for a bit of a love triangle in We Who Will Die by Stasia Stark. Here, our FMC is being forced to compete in deadly Colosseum trials held by the very corrupt vampire emperor of her kingdom. And while she's there, she comes across the man who broke her heart, and he is now the captain of the guard. And so basically, we see how their relationship begins to like rekindle and potentially heal in this book. However, the diabolical tension in this book is really between our FMC and the emperor's morally gray son. My lord, I need more of him in book 2, and I have a feeling we will be getting quite a bit more of him on page there. Do you guys like love triangles in your books? If so, what's your favorite one? Let me know in the comments.